Hey guys, Desolate Magic here, and it's time for some awesome spoilers from Double Masters, and then apparently some leaks from Double Masters, I guess. You'll see what I mean shortly. So first up, we got a rare. It's Skurzdag High Priest, I guess that translates to, and it has Morbid, which I think should probably come back as a mechanic, kind of fun. It's only a 50-cent card. It was only from Commander 2014, printed once, and that's it, but, you know, must not be that great. So yeah, Morbid, tap 2 untapped creatures you control, and this creature, obviously. Then put a 5/5 black demon creature token with flying into the battlefield. Activate this only if a creature died this turn. Yeah, that's kind of crap. So in a typical deck, you have to lose 3 creatures for this to work. Yeah, I can see why this is, like, not a lot of money. Next up, we've got Masarek Crawl Death Priest. It's a 5-cost 2/2 legendary creature insect shaman with flying, and whenever a player sacrifices another permanent, put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control. Well, you guys thought Rakdos Sacrifice was a bad deck? Try throwing this in there. I mean, yeah, it's not a Rakdos card, but still. I mean, this would just be insane. And yeah, this is about a $13 card now, so yeah, I guess people do appreciate it for its power level. So next up, we've got another card from the Magus cycle, which there's 20 cards that start with Magus of the. I'm not sure if you'd really consider them all part of one cycle. They could be, I don't know, it's before my time, but yeah, this is not one of the better ones, unfortunately. This is $1.50 it looks like. So yeah, it's a 3-drop 3/3 human wizard. Pay 3, tap it, exile it, and until end of turn you may play lands and cast spells from your graveyard. If a card would be put into your graveyard from anywhere but only this turn specifically, exile that card instead, because duh, that would literally just be a giant infinite loop otherwise. So kind of an interesting card. I mean, you're already paying 3 to get it going, so how much more mana do you really have left, you know? Next up, we've got Arx Methes, or something like that. Slumbering Aisle. This was from Commander 2018, and that's it. I remember this card, of course, because it was just so interesting. It's a Kraken, it's an island, it's free real estate. Well, except that it costs 4 mana, so it kind of isn't. But yeah, it's a 12/12. So this card enters battlefield tapped with 5 slumber counters on it, as long as, you know what, I'm just going to call him Aaron. As long as Aaron has a slumber counter on it, it's a land, not a creature. Then whenever you cast a spell, you may remove a slumber counter from Aaron, and also it taps for 1 green and 1 blue simultaneously. Pretty darn good card overall. It was a $13 card, now it's 8. So, okay. I just realized, I guess this could be your commander. That'd be kind of funny. There's better choices out there, but it would be pretty funny. Next up, we've got some kind of leak from Reddit, I guess. There's a lot going on here. Let's break it down. I've got nothing nice to say about this person, just spoiler alert. So on Reddit, this was like literally tagged as like square bracket leak square bracket. That was the tag, leak. How this is allowed by the moderators, I don't know. I guess they'll just know it'll get out anyway. But like one of them was posted by one user, one was posted by another. I think the next one was posted by a different user. So like, what the hell? What's going on there? How do you explain that? Then we've got, hey, dumbass, don't leak cards. Wizards Legal Department Investigation Department will be up your ass with a microscope, and you seem 1, incredibly unintelligent, and 2, really, really careless. Whoever this is, I hope you get caught. I have no respect for this stupid product or the stupid company making it, but I hate leakers. And at the end of the day, this is almost definitely Wizards' fault for putting these cards in whoever's hands these are. Hopefully they can identify that gross, disgusting, weird, fat-fingered, you know, freaky thumbnail-having weirdo. And, you know, I hate to, like, help these people in any way, but just a little constructive criticism. 1, take a better photo. 2, put it on a f***ing table and get your f***ing thumb out of it, you f***ing moron. 3, how and why would there even be text over top of it? How did that happen? What the what do you even say about it? And like, this one just says something Ted to pitch Jace to something busted something. And Jace, of course, you know, in the traditional spelling with capital J-A for some reason. I'm telling you, these people are idiots. They are just the most unintelligent apes, sitting there in their little secret Facebook groups like, I'm going to stick it to Wizards. Some dumbass buddy moron at the company gave me this too early, and I'm going to leak it on the internet, and I'm going to show my thumbnail, take the shittiest camera photo I possibly can, and then crop it wrong, and then put a purple line on it and some text for no reason, and then screenshot that. Like, literally, you'd have to take this photo, put text over top of it, then either take a photo of the photo, which it almost looks like they did, or screenshot it with the text above it. And then, like, why, what the f***? What even goes through these dumb apes' heads? Seriously. I'm gonna risk a giant court settlement and time in jail over IP theft and corporate damage and multiple counts of copyright violation to leak something on the internet as shittily as I possibly can and then put text over it for some reason. I'm sure all my geeky, nerdy, douchebag buddies who spell Jace with a capital A in my little secret Facebook group aren't gonna leak it out to the oh, it's on Reddit. Whoops. Oh, and I've got 6 voicemails from Wizards lawyers. Whoops. Like, seriously, you people are the stupidest morons on the planet leaking shit like this. There's just no reason for any of this, for the way they did it, the quality that they did it, the fact that they did it at all. And I'm not defending Wizards at all here, you know, them, they need to keep their shit tighter. Obviously, their stuff leaks every other set because they clearly just don't give a shit and they love sending out products to people who shouldn't have them at this point in time. In fact, I'm convinced half the leaks are actually just them doing some marketing. Oh, it's a leak. Oh, it'll spread more because it's so naughty. Look how naughty we are with this leak that we're not supposed to have. That's like, one of them was literally taken on like a textured tabletop that was proven to be in Wizards lobby. So even Wizards, when they do fake leaks, don't give enough of a shit to do it correctly, for f***'s sake. And then we got Captain Thumbs here who doesn't know how to spell the word Jace, putting letters on top of a cell phone shot of a shitty, cropped, bad lighting card. What the f***? You're covering half the text with your thumb, you moron. Set it down on a f***ing table and take a f***ing photo. Like a professional. 70-year-old grandmas who sell on Etsy and eBay know how to take a f***ing photo properly. Holy shit. Oh, and then also, my number one tip, don't leak cards. So that's what I think of that. Anyway, this is Hannah, Ship's Navigator. It was from Commander 2016 and Invasion and Masters 25, which is why it's sitting at about $4. Next up, we got some alternate, I don't know, maybe Borderless, who even knows Stoneforge Mystic. Oh boy, love that card. Never should have been unbanned. Now remember, this was only ever printed as a Grand Prix foil promo, which is like pretty expensive, and in World Wake. That's it. So now that they unbanned it, it's like, yeah, of course they're going to reprint it, especially in an artifact set with the sword in it, or a couple swords, I think there are. But yeah, this is a $45 rare. I mean, I think this is actually the most expensive rare in the set so far. And I'm talking the regular version, none of this borderless crap. Next up, we got Oubliette, and just, for f***'s sake, can you turn on the lights and on your way back to taking this shitty photo, put down the banana and move your fat f***ing ape thumbs the f*** out of the light? We can see the shadow, you f***ing moron! So anyway, this was only printed as a common, actually, in Arabian Nights, but it's a $25 common. And for some reason, it's printed as an uncommon in the set. So this is a 3-cost double black, 1 generic enchantment. And when it enters battlefield, exile target creature and all auras attached to it. Note the number and kind of counters that were on the creature. When Oubliette leaves the battlefield, return the exiled card to the battlefield under its owner's control, tapped with the noted number and kind of counters on it. If you do, return the exiled aura cards to the battlefield under their owner's control attached to that permanent. How is this a $25 card? This is garbage. So yeah, exile your opponent's card for 3, which, okay, in black, that's not the most common thing ever. And in the common slot, that's not the most common thing ever. But if they get their stuff back, they get all the auras and all the counters. So let me think, what would be better than this card for just general creature removal? Oh yeah, the card Murder. I mean, exiling is better, but other than that, everything about Murder would be better. So this is shit. By the way, I read the original of the card. Now that they reprinted it, I'm gonna just have to throw this into Photoshop and enhance it because this person's such a stupid fucking moron, taking freaking leak shots with their shitty Nokia cell phone and their jet black ass bathroom while taking a shit because their stupid ape fingers are too fat to flip the lights on. But yeah, after like fucking CSI Miami levels of reconstruction here, we've got when Oubliette enters the battlefield, target creature phases out until Oubliette leaves the battlefield. Tap that creature as it phases in this way. So that's that defensive use of phasing that Mark was referring to. I was reading that old Oracle text and I'm like, oh, so you mean new phasing? So I figured they'd word it that way. Makes sense. I'd say it's simpler, but half the card is reminder text. So once again, nothing is simple when it comes to Mark's stupid ideas. Next up, we got Falconrath Aristocrat. I mean, this card's less than $1. I don't know why they felt the need to do this. I mean, I guess it was in Dark Ascension and Modern Masters 3, but it was not in Shadows. Okay. So it's a 4-drop, 4/1 flying haste, sack a creature, and it gains indestructible till end of turn. If the sacrificed creature was a human, put a 1/1 counter on it. So, pretty good card. Too bad if you're playing vampires, you play black-white, not black-red. Next up, we got Chromatic Star. This is a fairly expensive card despite being a common. It was printed as an uncommon in 10th edition. It was in the Mystery Boosters as a common, and it was in Time Spiral as a common. But now that it's in Double Masters, it's still $3. And yeah, I mean, it's a 1-drop artifact, and you pay 1, tap it, sack it, and then add 1 mana of any color. When it is put into the graveyard from the battlefield, draw a card. So it's a single-use, non-ramping filter, but you get a card out of it, so it's kind of like a good cantrip almost, I guess. I don't know, it's an artifact that's probably just there for affinity, and so somebody could do some degenerate infinite graveyard loop or something, I don't know. They should probably ban it from everything. Next up, we got Icor Wellspring. So this is a 2-drop artifact, and when it enters battlefield or is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, draw a card. So, I mean, 2 cards for 2 mana. You need a sack outlet or something to get the second card, but in this set, you know, not a problem, obviously. Not that draft would be anything you'd really ever want to do with this. Next up, we got Open the Vaults. It's a 6 cost. Return all artifact and enchantment cards from all graveyards to the battlefield under their owner's control, aka Rise of the Dark Realms Jr. So this is a pretty big commander card, but it's only $3. Next up, we got the #1 backbone card of my old candy cane deck. We got Swiftblade Vindicator, currently legal in standard right now, so I don't know why the hell they wanted to print it. It's 39 cents. But whatever, you know, double strike, vigilance, trample. Hey, very, very unusual choice, but okay. Next up, we got Time Sieve. It's a double colored 2-cost artifact, and if you tap it and sack 5 artifacts, take an extra turn after this one. I'm sure that's not super exploitable. Hey, find a way to generate 5 treasures per turn, and ta-da! So yeah, this is a $3 card. I don't think anybody found a terrifically reliable deck that can run this. Next up, we got Pure Steel Paladin. It's a rare 2-cost double white devotion, nice, 2/2. Whenever an equipment enters the battlefield under your control, you may draw a card. And then Metalcraft, equipment you control have equip 0 as their cost, as long as you control 3 or more artifacts. Oh my gosh. So that's a new Phyrexian card. It was $10, should be about 7 or 8 now that it's in Double Masters, because this is like no joke. This card's insane. Next up, we've got another ass quality shot of a monitor of a guy's thumb of a live stream, I guess. I didn't look at all these ahead of time, but it would appear that the text overlay is a text overlay from a live stream, but based on the quality, let me just get this 7-layer lasagna of shit right in my head visually. Some dumb fuck is holding up these cards to a webcam or a phone with their thumb in the way, then live streaming it, and then somebody took a cell phone picture of their fucking monitor because their fat fucking gorilla fingers were too wide for the print screen button, nor would they comprehend how to use it. And then they cropped that and threw it up on Reddit. And there were enough people watching this alleged stream that they could report the username, and then nobody in their right mind would stream through a VPN. Very few of them are fast enough to do that reliably. So those people will just say who it is, and then even if they forge their tax information and all this crap, and somehow also they're making payout information, because remember, it says, I will gift a sub right there. We can only do that on Twitch partners. Twitch partners have to give out their socials and bank wire information in order to get paid, and usually stream directly from their IP address, their real one. Yeah, this person's The second somebody hears about this guy getting arrested, let me know. I want to make a video on it. So anyway, this is Inkwell Leviathan. It's a garbage card. I don't know why the hell they printed it again for like the 6th time. It's like 59 cents on a good day. It has Island Walk and Trample, but it's a 9-drop, and it has Shroud. Like, great. Next up, Fatal Push, and I really hope that those thumbs are really good at holding on to soap. You'll need it in prison. I keep saying this as if it's not going to be a civil suit. I don't think any, like, criminal laws were broken. It's purely like an IP theft copyright thing, but I could be wrong. Anybody dumb enough to stream this on Twitch deserves to go to jail, whether there's charges or not, so I don't like leakers. So yeah, Fatal Push, only about $3-4 right now, believe it or not. It was really expensive, and somehow the price went down after the F&M promo came out. Explain that one. Next up, we got Chatter of the Squirrel. It's a common from Odyssey, but it's only 20 cents, and it says, put a 1/1 green squirrel creature token onto the battlefield, then flashback to sorcery speed. That seems a little bit out of place in an artifact set that's mostly focusing on the Phyrexians, but okay. Next up, oh, thank God, the absolute cretin found out how lights work. So Unlicensed Disintegration did hit like $1.50, $2, $3, something like that when it was in Kaladesh and all that, but yeah, it's 25 cents now. And it was in the mystery booster. So I mean, yeah, you guys know what it does. Instant speed, Rakdos colors, cost 3, destroy target creature. If you control an artifact, it deals 3 damage to that creature's controller. Next up, okay, for f***'s sake, y'all saying my camera looks bad on stream. It's Darksteel Forge. This is actually an extremely expensive card. It was a mythic in M14. It was in Darksteel as a rare though, and then it was in Plane Chase as a rare, believe it or not. And it's currently going for about $30, so I expect this to be 20 plus as a rare in this set. So yeah, it's a 9-drop. I'm gonna suspect people don't actually pay 9 for it. And it just simply says artifacts you control have indestructible. I mean, it's just an inherently stupid, broken, overpowered pile of shit. Everybody hates this card. What more is there to say? Next up, we got Sphinx of the Guild Pact. It is literally from Ravnica Allegiance. Are you kidding me? This is 25 hold cents, and there's no reason to have this in the set. Next up, Woodland Champion. So this was printed for the first time in Core Set 2020. You might have heard of it. Why did we need a reprint of this? It's obviously 25 cents. And whenever one or more tokens enter the battlefield under your control, put a 1/1 counter on Woodland Champion. I mean, okay, cool, great, whatever. I guess it works with like treasures and clues and crap. Anyway, next up we got Springleaf Drum. This is a kind of neat card from Born of the Gods. It was also from Lorwyn, by the way, but in both cases is about $1. And it says, tap an untapped creature you control, add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool. So it's a 1-drop artifact that turns anything into a mana dork. So, I mean, it's kind of cool, I guess. I'm kind of surprised it doesn't cost more. Next up, Champion's Kamigawa card, Hinder. It says counter target spell for 3 double blue. If that spell is countered this way, put that card on the top or bottom of its owner's library instead of into that player's graveyard. That is just funny. I like that. I like counter spell plus. You know, like Dissolve is awesome. Honestly, Hindering Light is a better card. Render Silent is a better card, but this is still a good card. Next up, we got a Conflux reprint. It was also in Modern Masters 1 and Dual Decks Elspeth versus Tezzeret, obviously, because this is such a Tezzeret card. And it's Esperzoa. It's 25 cents. It has flying. And at the beginning of your upkeep, return an artifact you control to its owner's hand. That is mandatory. But it's a 4/3 for 3. And strangely, a blue-aligned card. This is such an unusual card and totally not worth it, unless you're, like, using it to bounce something reliably. I mean, this mixed with, like, Thassa and, like, one other card, you could probably get something going, just saying. Next up, oh, would you look at that? Possibly legible usernames of who is in the chat on this live stream. I wonder who Wizards is going to interrogate and threaten. And they deserve it. So, this is Iron Bully. It's from War of the Spark. You might have heard of that set as well. It has Menace, and when it enters the battlefield, put a 1/1 counter on target creature. Which, you know, probably this one, because it's a 1/1. Next up, we got a common reprint from Amonkhet and Masters 25, so why we needed this, I have no idea, but it's Supernatural Stamina for 1, black as an instant. Until end of turn, target creature gets +2/+0 and gains when this creature dies, return it to the battlefield tapped under its owner's control. Kind of a fun little ambush. Very, very good, powerful card, but what it's doing in this set, I have no idea. Next up, Might of the Masses, a card that's been printed, well, a little bit less than I thought, but about 5 times. It's obviously 25 cents, because, you know, it's a common. But yeah, target creature gets +1/+1 at instant speed for 1 mana until end of turn for each creature you control. One of the most powerful boost spells ever printed in the history of the game for 1 mana. Or at all, really. I mean, this would give Become Immense a run for its money. Next up, Tempered Steel, a card that was only printed in Scars of Mirrodin and a game day promotional foil. That's weird. But yeah, it's about a $2 card. Probably going to be about $1 by the time it gets in here, so another garbage rare. But yeah, it says artifact creatures you control get +2/+2, so it's a double Lord card. Hello. We already have another one, and they just reprinted Steel Overseer, so I mean, if you want to get something going in Modern, I'm just saying. Or Commander, really. Next up, another Scars of Mirrodin card. It's Mirsmith. Whenever you cast an artifact spell, you may pay 1. If you do, put a 1/1 colorless mirror artifact creature token onto the battlefield. So just pretty good, generally useful card, especially for 2. It is color locked though. This is not another colorless card. It is white. So, you know, the artifact support seems to be in all 5 colors plus sunburst mechanics. So, you know, how realistic will it really be to draft? I don't know. Some of the best artificers in this set are some kind of funny colors too, by the way. Next up, one of my favorite cards, we got Hidden Stockpile. This card was an absolute powerhouse around the time that Aether Revolt was legal, because that's when it was printed. And yeah, it's a 25-cent card, but who cares? It has Revolt. At the beginning of your end step, if a permanent you controlled left the battlefield this turn, create a 1/1 servo, and then if you pay 1, sack a creature, scry 1. Just a universally amazing card. Too bad it's, so complicated on the colors. Next up, we got Balduvian Rage, a fairly expensive Cold Snap uncommon that they're now printing at common. Hey, you get that, popper people? Because this is in the mystery booster, but it was an uncommon there too. So it's 1 red plus X, and target attacking creature gets plus X plus 0 until end of turn. Draw a card at the beginning of the next turn's upkeep. Good luck remembering that. What an unusual card, but yeah, this is pretty powerful. It's max out your mana, basically scaling ambush boost at instant speed. That is very powerful. Next up, Rush of Knowledge. It's a Commander 2014 common, not worth much. Oh, it was also in Scourge, by the way. And draw cards equal to the highest converted mana cost among permanents you control, but this does cost 5 to cast. So it could be good, but it's very conditional. I wouldn't even run 4 of it in really anything. What's going on with the editing, the cropping, the anything in this? I don't know. Hopefully the people behind this atrocity get the whole damn book and library thrown at them. Good luck. Hope you got lawyer money. So that's it for today's spoilers. I think it'll probably be tomorrow before I can address the whole new booster for Zendikar thing, because we really needed another more confusing booster than the collector's booster that's even greedier, even more expensive, and even stupider, and throws off the card draw ratios and card prices even worse. Thanks, Wizards. But until then, thanks for watching. Don't live stream your giant gorilla mitts fanning through some cards that you shouldn't have, and I'll see you guys next video.